could you be loved? Let me love you.
Y Lucientes, commonly known as Goya, was a successful and celebrated artist. Then suddenly he withdrew from public life, left Madrid and the royal court behind, and moved into a farmhouse in the countryside. His wife and most of his friends were dead, and he had become isolated. He was 73 years old, sick and completely deaf. His long life was coming to a close, but he wasn't finished yet. The man who once painted crucifixions, miracles, saints, and priests now painted terrifying, demonic, raw, and brutal works. Works without even a hint of God. Francisco Goya's black paintings were created during his later years in Spain, from around 1819 to 1823, and convey his deeply pessimistic view of humanity. He went from being the most famous painter in the country, idolized by an adoring public, to an artist who created his works in total
6-7.
isolation. On the bare
Guys, we're
walls
trying to
of
reach
his
400
savage
subs. We got 3
farmhouse.
more subs left. You know what I'm saying?
Never intended
We're gonna make it
to
finally,
publish
bro.
them.
I'm so happy.
He never
It's time to
named them
celebrate.
or explained them. And
You know what I mean?
would they be named the Pinturas Negras, the black paintings, because of the dark colors he used, the deep dark pessimism, and their diabolical subject matter. To understand his black paintings, we need to first understand how Goya went from royal portraits to the horrors of war to arrive at this endpoint. Goya was a man from a humble background who rose through the ranks to reach the upper echelons of high
6-7,
society.
6-7, 6-7, 6-7. Stop playing.
In 1775, he arrived in Madrid from Zaragoza. At first, he worked on tapestry cartoons for the royal residences, creating painting designs to be woven into tapestries for royal palaces, which gave him his first contact with the Spanish royal family. It was in the tapestry factory that he learned to tell a story. In 1789, the year of the French Revolution, he would be appointed court painter and eventually work for 3 Spanish kings.
No, I'm not a noob.
First, Charles
Leave me
III,
alone.
the great reformer. Then his son, the inept Charles IV. And then his son, the tyrant, Ferdinand VII. In between, he would work for the occupying French king, Joseph Bonaparte. In his 40s, Goya was financially and socially secure, respected and newly bourgeois. But just as he was getting too comfortable, his health took a sinister turn, while at the same time, Spain went through some of the most enormous political and social upheavals in its history, and Goya was in the thick of it. He had started life at the royal court as a naturalistic painter of the upper classes, but slowly he underwent an unexpected revolution of his own, from the light to the dark.
Bought? Oh, hell no.
In 1792, when Goya was 46, he developed a mysterious illness. He survived but went completely deaf. This profoundly impacted his art as he began to explore a more personal vision, which became increasingly visionary and enigmatic. He started to produce his most subversive work. He created Los Caprichos in his 50s. The disasters of war were produced in his 60s, and then the black paintings he made in his 70s. His later work was mostly produced in secret, while he was still an employee of the court. Goya would be a pragmatist in public, but a revolutionary in private. In 1808, Napoleon Bonaparte invaded Spain, ousted the recently crowned Ferdinand VII, and crowned his own brother, Joseph Bonaparte, King of Spain. Goya remained in Madrid during the occupation by the French and even worked for them. This would have serious implications for him later, when the French were expelled and the Spanish monarchy was restored. For many Spanish liberals like Goya, the French invasion was complicated. Like many dictators, then and now, Napoleon came in with talks of restoring democracy. Ferdinand was a despised dictator, and Goya and his liberal friends had initially supported the aims of the French Revolution. They saw French rule as the great hope of liberalization and enlightenment. And in fact, one of the first things Napoleon did was to abolish the hated Inquisition. But the truth is that under occupation, Goya's opinion of the French changed, after personally witnessing the violent subjugation of his countrymen by the occupying troops. The war and its ensuing atrocities affected him and his work deeply, and we start to see a darker subject matter, emotional work which shows deep fear for Spain's future. After a brutal suppression, Spanish rebels started a campaign of guerrilla warfare. There would be repercussions, but eventually Napoleon would be forced out in 1813, and King Ferdinand VII, who had been living in exile, was reinstated. Goya had started his royal career with Ferdinand's grandfather, the beloved Charles III, a king who believed in religious reform and a constitutional monarchy. The painter and the king had much in
C7,
common,
C7,
following
C7.
many of the principles of
How we all doing, chat?
an intellectual and philosophical movement
Oh.
that had spread throughout the world, to place reason over superstition and science over religion. All over the world, great
Tired as
thinkers
hell
were
today.
talking of a wall of separation between church and state. But Ferdinand VII declared himself absolute monarch. He rejected any type of modernization, reinstated the Inquisition and gave the church more power, revoked the constitution, clamped down on dissent with an iron fist, and began the process of dragging Spain back into the Dark Ages. When Goya produced his series on the monstrosities of war and human behavior, called Los Desastres de la Guerra, or The Disasters of War, he wrote on one of them, "No se puede mirar," one cannot look at this. To this day, some of his work is hard to look at. In some strange way, his deafness and the isolation that came with it gave him freedom to work in a more experimental vein, rather than something a patron had demanded. His darker work, however, would either be censored or not even see the light of day. Francisco Goya was a truth teller, but not everybody wanted to hear the truth. This work was painted just before Goya was struck deaf. And this was painted after. From 1792 on, Goya's private world would be stripped of colour and light. The artist said he saw scenes like yard lunatics in the asylum of Zaragoza. It shows a scene of violence occurring in an open courtyard of an insane asylum. But despite the yard being open to the skies, the inmates are shrouded in darkness. The dark subject matter and the use of shadow to represent ignorance would prefigure his later etchings. Goya's series of aquatint prints, Los Caprichos and the Disasters of War, has long been recognized as one of the supreme monuments of European art. Intaglio is the name for any technique in which the image is cut into the surface, and the cut line or sunken area holds ink. Achieving aquatint tones is a very complex printing process, but here is a rough idea. For the initial design, a copper plate is heated, then it is covered with a waxy, acid-resistant ground. Then, a design is drawn onto the wax ground with an etching needle, and so exposing the surface of the plate. Because the drawings are etched into soft, waxy ground, rather than directly to metal, for example, as here in the case of engraving, the etched line is typically clean and can be delicate, intricate, and spontaneous. like drawing or watercolor. The etching is done back to front, including all the writing, if there is any, as the final print will be the reversed image. Once the design is etched, the plate is immersed in a bath of acid. Where there is still wax on the plate, the acid doesn't bite. However, the lines that were etched and so exposed by the artist get attacked by the acid, leaving their design embedded in the surface in grooves which will hold ink. Gradations of line tone can be achieved by varying the length of time in the acid bath. Longer periods produce more deeply bitten areas, which print as darker lines. The plate is then covered with ink, which is pushed into those grooves. Then most of it is lifted off, leaving the grooves holding ink. The paper is soaked in water, then laid on top of the inked-up plate, and then it is run through the press. This initial engraving is the first stage before adding aquatint tones. Aquatint is used to create tonal effects rather than lines. Here we can see 3 stages of an aquatint print. At first, the etched design is printed. Then one tone is added, and then another is added. To make these tonal areas, the same plate is dusted with an acid-resistant material called powdered rosin, which is attached by heating. The plate is then immersed in an acid bath, just like when etching, and the acid eats into the metal around the dust particles to produce a grainy sandpaper-like surface, which holds enough ink to give the effect of an area of wash when inked or printed. On the 6th of February 1799, the popular newspaper Diario de Madrid carried an ad
Sua
for
buona
Francisco
gente.
Goya,
I don't
announcing
speak
the
Spanish.
publication and sale of a series of new etchings. He stressed in the public announcement that in none of the compositions that form this collection has the author proposed to ridicule the particular faults of one or another individual. In other words, the work came with a disclaimer. Goya published a series of 80 etchings and aquatints called Los Caprichos, or the Caprices, in which he took the opportunity to show the hypocrisies and follies of an unenlightened population, while critiquing the vanity and ignorance of contemporary society. The technique of aquatint allowed artists to create a watercolor look, and Goya became a master at using a broad range of contrasting aquatints to reveal the shadowy world of ignorance. Goya may have started them as early as 1795, when even pre-Napoleon, the political situation in Spain had changed dramatically. The reign of Charles IV was dominated by crisis after crisis. Wars with revolutionary France and then England weakened Spain's economy. The government attacked the press and censored political views. But interestingly, social satire like Los Caprichos flourished. Goya had not long been struck deaf, and in recovery he developed a personal interest in the Enlightenment.
Mentira, bro. I don't know what that means.
Certainly an inspiration for his most famous plate from Los Caprichos, number 43, The Sleep of Reason Produces Monsters. Jean-Jacques Rousseau was the man whose words inspired the French revolutionaries, and was now inspiring a Spanish court painter. Words which were censored by both the Spanish Church and the Crown. The frontispiece of Rousseau's 1793 edition of Philosophy bears a striking resemblance to Goya's etching, and it is quite possible that it was this book that sowed the seeds for Goya's own personal enlightenment. The distraught man slumped over the desk is Goya himself. We know this from an earlier preparatory sketch. Goya shows the struggle between reason and imagination. His audience would have recognized the menacing bats and owls as symbols of ignorance and evil. At the lower right, a lynx watches vigilantly, alerting us to the rise of monstrous forces that appear when sleep descends. By the man's hands are the tools of his trade, paper and brushes. An owl is handing over a brush as if to encourage him to continue his work. We know that Goya originally intended this as the title page to the series, rather than the self-portrait he went with. Despite its relegation to plate 43, it has come to symbolize the overall meaning of the series. That is, what happens when reason or rationality is asleep. and superstitious beliefs take over from science and reason, and we produce monsters or monstrous ideas. In Los Caprichos, no member of Spanish society was spared his acid pen. Superstitious peasants and prostitutes, belief in witches, the ignorance of the ruling classes, and most shockingly of all, the Catholic Church were all targets. Goya's satire of religion was particularly dangerous. Here, we see a drunken priest pulling up his trousers after consummating an unspecified sexual act.
Jugonomus, I don't know what
This
that is.
plate has a group of clergymen getting drunk besides an enormous barrel of beer, and Goya has them saying, "No one has seen us." We need to remind ourselves of the religious oppression in Spain, where the Inquisition remained a force until 1834. The church had complete control and decided what could be read and what couldn't, what could be taught and what couldn't, and what art was and wasn't acceptable. And if you went against these teachings, you could be persecuted by the Inquisition. Inevitably, Goya was reported to the authorities, and only 2 days after publication, he withdrew the Caprichos from public sale. Luckily for us, in 1803, Goya gifted the original copper plates to the king, who gave them to the San Fernando Academy of Fine Arts, where they remain today. In France, the political revolution inspired by the Enlightenment devolved into violence, leading to Napoleon becoming Emperor of France, which would have direct consequences for Spain. After the Napoleonic invasion, spontaneous rioting broke out, and on May 2nd, 1808, Spanish citizens rose up against the French occupiers. The next day, the French struck back at dawn, and hundreds of Spanish citizens were rounded up and shot. Goya's painting of one of those executions will stand in for all the brutalities of war. We can debate the ethics or otherwise of Goya working for the occupying Napoleonic court, but we must remember he was the court painter and needed to survive. Being in Madrid meant he could bear witness to the horrors of the war perpetrated by Napoleon's armies, and so he started working in secret and at great personal risk on new etchings which would be called the disasters of war. Some of the ideas from the etchings would inform his 3rd of May canvas. When Napoleon was driven out and Ferdinand VII was on his way back in, Goya approached the provisional government with a request to paint 2 enormous history paintings, one depicting the Spanish rebellion against the French and another set the following day, showing the execution of those Spanish heroes by Napoleonic troops. This was 6 years after the actual event took place, and at a time when Goya's loyalty to the Spanish crown was being questioned. The paintings were done extremely quickly, within a couple of months. Goya had a lot to prove. 3rd of May 1808 is set in the early morning after the uprising. The painting features 2 groups of men. In the shadows is the anonymous firing squad of the French army, melded together as a single unit, an instrument of war. We cannot see their faces, emphasizing the anonymity of oppressors. The contrast between the passion of the pleading victims and the cold mechanical firing squad is what makes this work so intense. The central Christ-like figure is an anti-hero who is about to be executed on the side of the road like a dog, as bodies of slaughtered citizens pile up beneath him. Goya uses him as a symbol of martyrdom, of man's inhumanity to man, and the whiteness of his shirt is there to represent the innocence of all victims. The scene is lit by a lantern on the ground, which if you look carefully is actually only throwing light on the main figure. As well as the crucifixion pose, his hands show the wounds of the stigmata, which Picasso will reference for Guernica, his anti-war painting, along with the pose of the central figure. Lights, candles and lanterns are often tied into images of martyrdom in Christian art, as a metaphor for the presence of God. But in Goya's painting, the light is there to make an easy shot for the firing squad, and to force us to witness the atrocity. Goya subverts the whole concept of light and takes God out of the equation. The artist broke the rules of art by creating a war painting that has no heroes, one that shows a powerful state exacting revenge against ordinary citizens. Going back in history, war paintings have always been about opposing armies, about victory. But this is a complete break from the heroic symbols of war. The figures, including a friar, are not heroic, but cower in fear as a mass of blood seeps into the sand. Once more, Goya shows us the truth, but as I said, not everyone wants to hear the truth. In 1813, Fernando was on his way back in. Unbeknownst to Spain, it was just about to go from the frying pan into the fire. And when Ferdinand VII returned to Madrid in 1814, 6 years after he left, he did not approve of the two paintings created in his absence, and so they were put in storage. And there they would remain, hidden from view, for over 40 years. The last thing the newly restored king wanted was to remind ordinary citizens that they also have the power to overthrow their oppressors. This painting is the one against which all future paintings of violent conflict will be measured. A powerful statement on tragedy and abuse of power in the name of liberation. A statement that is as important today as it was 200 years ago. Between 1810, when Goya was part of the French-occupied Spanish court, and 1819, before he went into exile, Goya was working on The Disasters of War, a series of 82 aquatint etchings which take up after May 3rd, 1808. Except, with that painting, it was perfectly clear who were the bad guys and who were the good. But these etchings were much more ambiguous and much more confrontational. They are as hard, if not harder to look at, than his black paintings. He rejects the bombastic heroics of previous war art and shows the effects on individuals. On top of this, he once again dispenses with color and uses shadow and shade to show its universal truth. These are not propaganda, they are reportage. The artist takes the concepts of patriotism, heroism, and triumph and turns them on their head. He had personally lived through this, seen many of these atrocities with his own eyes, and he tells us so. Here it says, "Yo lo vi," I have seen this. He saw people starving to death on the streets. He saw executions, and he saw assaults. Controversially, he is saying that the Spanish can be just as cruel and sadistic as the French. Goya boldly refuses to take sides, and that was something we'd never seen before. We can divide the etchings into 3 groups. The early ones are works about the Napoleonic invasion. The second group concern the famine that followed, when Goya witnessed the mistreatment of the poor by the wealthy. In this etching, the upper-class man cruelly mimics the beggar. And then the final group documents Spain's move towards absolutism and satirize the church. Here, a priest walks on a frayed and tattered rope. As a woman cries, "The rope is breaking." In Goya's original sketch for the print, the precarious crossing was made by the Pope, but in a rare act of self-censorship, Goya downgrades him. For the most part, the etchings transcend specifics. Goya's work is universal because it has deep compassion for all victims of war, and an understanding of suffering which affects all of us and is at the heart of our humanity. Here, a lone survivor is faced with a world of devastation, destruction, and suffering, and he cries out in desperation, "No hay quien los socorra." There is no one to help them. Goya was 62 when he began work on the etchings in secret, and he would finish them under the rule of Ferdinand VII, but they wouldn't get published until 35 years after Goya's death. They were just too incendiary, as he denounces both violence and abuse of power. It would have been impossible to publish them while Ferdinand was still alive. Ferdinand's decision to censor Goya's 2 paintings made it a most difficult time for the artist. He was still under investigation for his role during the French occupation, and thanks to Ferdinand's dislike of him, Goya's commissions dried up. So in 1819, at the age of 73, he moved to a farmhouse in the countryside, where, isolated from the Spanish court in complete secrecy, he created some of the most extraordinary images in the history of art. What is rarely mentioned is that yes, the farmhouse was isolated, but its position was such that Goya could actually see the royal palace up on the hill from his house. So some of the most politically charged works of his career were created as he overlooked his former life of privilege. Left alone in the dark, he was free to create monsters. Los Caprichos and the Disasters of War were horrific images that he either didn't publish or withdrew immediately because of fear of reprisal. But with the black paintings, he was isolated enough from Madrid that he could express himself exactly how he wanted to, safe from prying eyes. He set about producing an extraordinary cycle of 14 works, painted directly onto the wallpaper of the 2 floors of his house. Goya lived and worked like a hermit, and we don't even know what he called them, as he never mentioned them, signed them, or titled them, and apart from his maid, nobody else saw them. The very fact that Goya created them as fresco paintings instead of the more usual canvas and oil is proof enough that he never expected his paintings to be displayed in public. Goya intentionally created them in private because they were so provocative. In 1863, long after his death, the house was bought by Baron Émile d'Erlanger. He had Goya's paintings along with the wallpaper peeled from the walls and then transferred onto canvas. If you've ever tried to strip wallpaper, you know how impossible that delicate task would have been. Many of the details were lost, and sections had to be repaired by restorers, and some were purposely altered for aesthetic reasons, as we shall see. Luckily for posterity, the paintings were photographed in situ in 1874, before they were removed. And thanks to these images, we have a record of where they were and what condition they were in. There's more than one way to look at these paintings. I think the deafness-madness angle has been overstated. He had been deaf for over 30 years at this point, and there is no evidence of madness in his letters or elsewhere. We have to see them in the context of political and religious turmoil. These are paintings by an old, tired man, stripped of his status and wealth, disappointed and angry with the world, and desperate to express it in the only way he knows how, in paint. There are 14 of them in total, and although they are not necessarily linked thematically, they are linked technically. For most of them, Goya used as his base a thick layer of black paint directly onto the plaster walls, on top of which he created the characters with lighter shades of whites, greys, ochres and earth. The oil palette is very limited, and his brushwork is broad, energetic and loose, echoing a morally chaotic world. His brushstrokes are impressionistic, long before the Impressionists existed. Let's look at the theories behind the black paintings one by one. We can see the passage of Goya's disillusionment in this one image. This painting is the exact same subject matter painted by Goya 30 years previously. They show the feast of Saint Isidora, which takes place every 15th of May. When Goya painted it in 1788, it is full of light and joy. But 30 years later, that world had become a nightmare. 30 years which saw the French Revolution, the rise and fall of Napoleon, the occupation of Spain, and the horrendous guerrilla war that followed. The extension of the Inquisition and the restoration of a dictator king. The earlier painting, commissioned for a princess, is a celebration full of young people dancing and drinking and having fun. The later version is the exact same scene, but the sky has turned from glorious sunshine to dark and stormy. Where once the revelers sang along to brass bands, the source of the music is now a lone madman. The once orderly crowd are now a seething mass of madness, no longer laughing, but howling in agony. And the reason for their pain is right in the middle of the mass of bodies, staring out at us. Napoleon Bonaparte. 20 other political figures have been identified in Goya's black paintings. This, to me, seems to contradict the belief that the paintings had no real meaning, or were purely the product of Goya's psychiatric decline. This painting is said to be another procession to the sanctuary of San Isidro, which is not far from the farmhouse Goya was living in. But the painting is also known as the Inquisition. Goya portrayed many processions and celebrations over the years, from the lighter-toned burial of the Sardine to the dark and cruel procession of the Flagellants. As far as Spanish liberals were concerned, of which Goya was one, these ceremonies represented ignorance and superstition, something from the past. Goya emphasizes it in this painting by dressing them in 17th century fashions. One of the figures stands out more than others, a man dressed in 17th century clothes with a moustache and a goatee, holding a sword in one hand and a roll of paper in the other. He has been identified as an inquisitor, dressed in the uniquely Spanish style of stiff collar called a golilla, and wearing a necklace. The figure next to him he is colluding with is a friar, and the surrounding characters are Celestinas or procuresses. Goya has portrayed them before, old women who exploit young girls for their own ends. Goya has emphasized these superstitious beliefs aesthetically by having the main character shrouded in complete darkness, while the opposite corner in the distance is full of light. This is a good example of how some of the works were altered by the restorer. If we look at the photo of the Witch's Sabbath before the painting was removed, we see that the original was much wider. The restorer has seen fit to remove the sides of the canvas, ignoring that Goya often used empty space for dramatic effect. This changes the work's center of balance and positions the woman in white nearer the middle of the composition, and so shifting the focus of the painting. The he-goat or Saturn preaches from a small mound. His mouth is wide open, giving instructions to the old crones around him. He is dressed as a priest, which makes an obvious anti-clerical statement. He is surrounded by obsequious women with bestial twisted faces, thought to be witches. Spain was simultaneously marked by the Enlightenment, fervent Catholicism, and a widespread belief in the supernatural. Most people believed in witches. As we saw, Goya has used witchcraft images before in Los Caprichos, and in a similarly themed painting 30 years earlier, he also features a he-goat surrounded by a ring of terrified women. Goya's use of tenebrism throughout the black paintings was popularized by the 17th century Spanish artist José de Rivera, whom Goya admired, as well as his hero Rembrandt, who used tenebrism to heighten dramatic effect. The woman in white looks suspiciously like a nun. The way she is separate from the others suggests she is a new initiate into the coven. This is a dangerous painting. Remember, the Inquisition is still in operation as Goya painted these images. The he-goat and his followers are the very antithesis of reason and enlightened thinking, and this is a bitter critique of a church that would often condemn ideas of science as subversive and accuse enlightened thinkers of being agents of the devil. Here we see two old men, enveloped in an intense blackness which really emphasizes the characters. One man is holding a cane, and another beast-like figure appears to be talking into his ear. It was a common theme of Goya's, insanity or irrationality represented by demons hovering over men. Art scholars have pointed out that the round-shaped mouth in Goya's art often indicates a demon figure's communication. The figure here is actually shouting, so this could be an allusion to Goya's deafness. As with all the other black paintings, we can't be totally sure who's who, but I think this is a self-portrait of Goya, who was well into his 70s at this point, particularly if we compare it with this later self-portrait he created. As Goya didn't name any of the black paintings, over the years the works have been given many titles, and an alternative to this one was The Two Monks, due to the bearded man possibly wearing a monk's habit. But I think there is another explanation. Goya once said that his teachers were nature, Rembrandt, and Velázquez. Goya worshipped Velázquez and was often inspired by his works in the royal collection. This portrait of Francisco de Cabarrús by Goya is said to have been based on the Velázquez portrait of Pablo de Valladolid. If we flip the painting of the two old men, we can compare it to a painting created 200 years before the black paintings. We know that Goya admired this particular painting by Velázquez. In fact, he admired the painting so much he reproduced it as an etching, which, as we saw earlier, was created back to front. I don't think it's a coincidence that the character in Velasquez's work is Menippus, a figure from ancient Greece who wrote satire and is known as one of the great cynic philosophers. This would fit in exactly with Goya's thinking. If we compare two old men to the original photo by Jean Laurent, taken before the removal, we can see that the painting was in a poor state of repair, with a large crack in the plaster in the upper right-hand corner. Restoration was not the exact science it is today, and as many of the paintings were smudged, badly cracked, and smeared with plaster, the restorer, Salvador Martinez Cuvels, took the initiative of restoring them to their original state as much as possible, and he was occasionally heavy-handed. However, it is thanks to Cuvels that we, the public, have access to them today. The man who bought Goya's house after his death, Baron Émile Delanger, had planned to sell them at the Universal Exhibition of 1878, but Cuvels was a painfully slow worker. By the end of 1875, only 4 of the 14 paintings have been transferred from the walls of the house. Luckily for us, this prompted Delanger to change his mind and donate them to the Spanish government. It might be worth looking at these two paintings together, as they were next to each other in the farmhouse, and are sometimes seen as companion pieces. Both of the works are smaller in scale than the others. Both are vertical, and both have a lighter theme, despite being chromatically darker. They also share an identical lighting source. Both works are difficult to interpret due to the poor state of conservation, which lost part of the original paint when transferred from the wall to canvas. Women laughing seems to be the key to this pair of paintings. It is unusual for Goya, as it is overtly sexual and shows a man pleasuring himself as 2 hags or prostitutes laugh at him. Goya was actually quite reserved and prudish, and rarely painted sexualized images, and so perhaps it is one he would have only created in secret. The other, Men Reading, shows a group of 6 men. Shrouded in darkness, 3 men huddle around a newspaper or magazine that the central figure has on his lap. His shirt is illuminated by a triangle of light, which points our gaze in the direction of the newspaper. The men gather around the central character in order to hear him better. 2 more men are in the background. One of them, gazing upwards, was added by the restorer. This work has also been called The Politicians, as it is thought they are discussing a newspaper article about themselves. If so, it would make sense that the historian Francisco Javier de Salas compared the incessant talk of the politicians in Men Reading to the solitary pleasure of the man mocked by 2 women. This is the moment in the Old Testament when Judith and her maidservant cut off the head of the tyrant Holofernes. It is often seen in art as a story of triumph over tyranny, which I discuss in my film about Artemisia Gentileschi. Goya moves away from the simple traditional portrait of the Bible story, takes it out of any specific setting, removes all of the peripheral iconographies, and focuses only on the action. The Judith he portrays could easily be a woman from Goya's time, and that is the point. It is the very immediacy which reminds us of Goya's history with Ferdinand VII. It is quite possible that the tyrant Holofernes is an allusion to the king, and Judith to the Spanish nation. Even behind closed doors, this was a brave and daring choice for an artist with such ties to the crown as Goya had. In parts of Spain, fights where opponents can club each other to death were still allowed in Goya's day. The 2 men, dressed according to Goya's times, are beating the life out of each other. The man on the left is covered in blood, and the man on the right is shielding his face. As they smash each other to a pulp, they slowly sink into quicksand. Or do they? We know substantial changes were made after removal, and the original photo shows that Goya painted the fighters standing in high grass rather than knee-deep in mud. Either way, I think we can see that the scene of brutal and pointless violence is an allusion to the upheaval in Spain, a picture of tribalism, a country tearing itself apart. Goya is saying, this is Spain. This work is also known as The Witches, but to me, the figures seem fairly genderless. We think it was above the doorway to the kitchen where food was delivered to Goya by his maid. In my opinion, it is possible that Goya is going back to a theme he attacked earlier, that of the gap between the haves and the have-nots. In this case, via an allegory of gluttony. As the figures loom forward out of the darkness, the one on the left is attacking the food with gusto, a manic grin on its face, and purposely turning away from the other figure, who is practically a skeleton, already dead and decaying. This is one of the smallest of the series, which means the work was easy to remove and needed little restoration. X-rays show us it was barely reworked, so the brushwork is exactly how Goya intended, and we see that the artist is at his most impressionistic here. Paint is handled quickly, but with the kind of firm hand you only get with a lifetime of experience. This is Goya's interpretation of a mythological subject, the Moirai, or the Sisters of Fate from classical literature. On the left is Clotho, the youngest sister. She is usually seen spinning the thread of life, but Goya has her holding a newborn baby. Lachesis, the second sister,
What's up,
holds
chat?
a looking glass ready to inspect the thread of life.
What's up, what's up,
And
what's up, what's up?
Alphobos, the
Guys, one more
eldest
sub.
sister,
One
is
more sub.
carrying scissors
We're about to hit
she will
400.
use to either cut the thread of life.
I can't wait to hit
or not.
400, man.
Goya has
I'm
added
waiting
a
for
fourth
this.
figure,
6'7",
not featured in the myth, a man with his hands tied behind his back. Is this Goya, helpless to his fate, controlled by outside forces and unable to stop what is going on around him? I think the peculiar replacement of Clotho's spinning tool with a baby holds a more personal meaning. Goya and his wife had at least 8 children, but only one survived into adulthood. Their married life was plagued by dozens of miscarriages and infant deaths. In classical mythology, the Sisters of Fate are said to appear 3 nights after a child's birth to determine the course of its life. Clotho presides over the moment we are born, and the baby she is holding is still attached by the thread of life. But unfortunately, by the time we get to Altropos, the thread of life has already been cut. The baby's cruel fate is decided, and the fourth figure, possibly Goya, can do nothing to help. La Leocadia is different from the others in the series. He didn't use a black base color here, and aesthetically, she is a lighter contrast from the more monstrous images. La Leocadia, also known as the Seductress, is based on his maid and probable lover, Leocadia Weiss. As with any of the paintings from the series, the current title was not Goya's own. Most historians believe one of his well-known portraits is of Leocadia. The black painting here bears a strong resemblance to the portrait. After his wife's death, Leocadia moved in with Goya, along with her daughter Rosario, to care for him. She stayed with him in the countryside until 1824, when Goya, once again under scrutiny, quickly abandoned Spain to live in France. Leocadia followed him with Rosario and stayed there until his death in 1828. He taught the young Rosario how to paint, and she later had a career as a painter in France and Spain. Many people, myself included, think Rosario is Goya's illegitimate child. Leocadia was known to be a striking, good-looking woman for the time. She had a strong, fiery character, and based on Goya's letters, her manner often upset him. He left her out of his will, which was quite common for mistresses. Penniless, she moved into rented accommodation and lived in poverty, selling the occasional Goya drawing to survive. Goya portrays her dressed in a dark, almost funereal dress, worn by the lower-class women of Madrid, known as maja. In reality, Leocadia would not have worn these clothes, as they were beneath her. But Goya was fixated on the majas' elaborate outfits and sense of style in dress, as well as by their cheeky behavior. This painting, from over 20 years before the black paintings, is of the Duchess of Alba, one of Spain's leading nobles. She is dressed here in elegant and expensive French fashions of the day. Goya was infatuated with her, and 2 years later, he painted her in a scandalously low-cut maja outfit, an erotic proletariat type that appealed to Goya. Leocadia leans against what looks to be a burial mound, and the speculation is that it is Goya's grave and that she is there to mourn the end of Goya. Some experts interpret the figure as the personification of melancholy, since she seems to be meditating on life and death. X-ray investigations of the image shows that originally she leant on a door or a fireplace and that she had no veil, signifying mourning, and at some point, possibly a more despondent time, he added a darker theme. We think Leocardia is one of the final works he painted in the series. This one was named by his friend Antonio Brugada, and it is also known by its alternative title, Fantastic Vision. In Jewish legend, Asmodeus was the prince of demons and hell. The main focus here is on the two floating figures, one male and one female. They both seem terrified. She covers her face and is looking in the opposite direction, as if they are being chased. He points to the town at the top of the mountain, possibly the Rock of Gibraltar, which was a refuge for Spanish liberals during the aftermath of the Peninsular War. The crowd, with horses and wagons, appear to be refugees running from danger. In the foreground, facing the figures, are the French army from the 3rd of May 1808, taking aim at the defenseless crowd seeking refuge in Gibraltar. This is the most famous of the black paintings, the most horrific and the most discussed. I think the first thing to say is that it is probably more shocking to us than it was to the 19th century Spanish. We have to see it in the context of the rise of Romanticism and its obsession with the gory and the supernatural, which led to the rise of the Gothic novel and the popularity of entertainment such as Phantasmagoria, popular at the time with audiences in Madrid, where images of monsters and ghoulish subject matter were projected in theatres using lanterns. Having said that, the cannibalism angle is particularly grotesque, and it's even more horrifying that Goya painted it on the walls of his dining room. The story is from the mythological tale of the Greek god Kronos. The Romans called him Saturn. In it, Saturn overthrew his father to become the ruler of all the gods. Afraid that history would repeat itself, he ate, or rather swallowed whole, 5 out of his 6 children. But here, Saturn is not swallowing the body whole, but gnawing down on it in a frenzied and horrific attack. It has been tackled before by artists, but Goya's version is different. It is not a baby's body, as in the myth, but a grown adult's, which makes it even more disturbing, and we can back that up with this incredible 1797 sketch Goya did, which clearly shows it was intended to be an adult. Saturn's expression is terrifying. This is not a god reveling in revenge, as gods do. It is not a celebration. Saturn is shocked by his own monstrousness. He is fully aware just how terrible an act he commits against his own flesh and blood. But he just can't stop himself. And that is horrifying. The raw flesh of the figure is the flesh that Goya witnessed all over Madrid as innocent citizens were cut down in the street by armed men. Poverty and hunger left a mass of starving bodies in the city, and piles of corpses were left to rot. Goya had seen hell on earth, and he transcribed what he saw for future generations. But mostly, I think, this is a painting about power and just how far someone will go to retain power. How Saturn, like Ferdinand, has used power not only to mistreat his own citizens, hence the adult corpse, but also to violently turn on those people. It shows us that those in power will use any means possible to hang on to that power, including eating their own children. For me, the most powerful image is not Saturn devouring his son, but the drowning dog, the most pessimistic and most wretched image of them all. It shows a dog's head gazing upwards, lost in the vastness of the rest of the image, alone and drowning slowly in quicksand. The dog is looking upwards at someone or something outside of the composition. In the original photo, it was discovered that the dog is looking at 2 birds flying in the sky, which disappeared from the painting when it was transferred from the walls to the canvas. To me, the fact he sees birds flying free makes the image even more tragic. We have seen horrific images before in many paintings, but usually No matter how ghastly, there is salvation. In the black paintings, there is no sense that the sacrifice of human life is going to lead to salvation. In fact, it doesn't, as Saturn is eventually overthrown by one of his sons, and for the dog there is no salvation, no hope, and there is no God. This dog is Goya's stand-in for humanity, struggling alone. Just like the dog, we are looking to the sky for a miracle that will never come. Goya left Spain at the age of 78 to start over in France, and he died there, a patriot in exile, 4 years later in 1828. In a macabre twist to the Goya story, in 1901, his body was exhumed for transfer back to Spain, and it was then discovered that his skull was missing. Like the black paintings themselves, there are many theories about what happened to his skull, but ultimately it remains a mystery. The painter, who was so skilled at getting into other people's heads, eventually lost his own. Goya has been called the most radical artist that ever lived, the last of the old masters and the first of the moderns. But the word that comes up again and again with Goya is truth. He was a prescient artist who became the chronicler of a violent age and gave us uncomfortable truths that are as relevant today as they ever were. He showed us that ordinary people are capable of evil and can do extraordinary things, and that sometimes when we are looking for monsters, we should look within ourselves.
Under a blood-red sky, a terrifying figure with a skull-like face is staring out at us, and it appears to be screaming in anguish. Edvard Munch's The Scream, one of the most famous images in the history of art, has become for us a universal symbol of angst and anxiety. Europe was at the birth of the modern era when he painted The Scream, and the image reflects the intense anxieties that troubled the world at this time. Anxieties which Edvard Munch himself found overwhelming. The figure is in fact not screaming at all. Rather, it is holding its hands over its ears to block out the scream. Between 1863, when Munch was born, and the years before the First World War, European cities were going through truly exceptional changes. Industrialization and economic shifts brought fear, obsessions, diseases, political unrest, and radicalism. Questions were being raised about society and the changing role of man within it, about our psyche, our social responsibilities, and most radical of all, about the existence of God. The rich were getting richer, but in Christiania, now Oslo, living and working conditions were as bad as ever, a major cause of death and disease. Munch himself would endure a life ravaged by madness, sickness, and death. His mother and his sister both died of tuberculosis. His father and grandfather suffered from depression, and another sister, Laura, from schizophrenia. His only brother would later die of pneumonia. Always a sickly child himself, Munch turned to drawing to keep himself occupied in his sickbed. When he later decided to become an artist, his father, a fundamental Christian, gave him no support as he considered the profession unholy. He told his son that the death of his mother and sister was divine punishment for their sins, and his traumatic childhood never left him as an adult. This would have a lasting effect on Munch's work. His early paintings were grounded in realism, but in 1884 he joined Christiania's Bohemian Circle, which was led by the anarchist writer Hans Jaeger. Jaeger encouraged Munch to reject religion, break with bourgeois principles and morals, and move away from realism to paint his own emotional and psychological state. A powerful painting dating from this period drew on the death of his sister and mother. It is hard now to imagine the outrage it caused, but the bourgeois Norwegians despised the rough brushstrokes, scratched surface, and the deep melancholy of the piece. The painting and the ensuing scandal would set the tone for his future work. Munch was looking outside of provincial Christiania, and on a short trip to Paris in 1885, he had the chance to see the revolutionary work of the Impressionists. Their use of colour and form was a revelation for the young artist. Munch was always loath to admit that he was influenced by any artists, but here we can compare Monet's solitary figure lost in thought with Munch's own later composition. Whereas Monet's paintings are a study of light on the exterior, Munch is exploring the interior life and already shows a preoccupation with loneliness and angst. The years in Paris were his experimental years, when Munch was finding his style, and in 1889 he returned to Paris to study for 3 years. The Eiffel Tower had just been completed, the post-impressionists were becoming established, and Vincent van Gogh had just painted The Starry Night. Van Gogh's expressive and emotional brushwork deeply influenced Munch, as did his use of colour. Munch understood that Van Gogh's posthumous fame was thanks to a combination of his paintings and his tragic personal story, and later Munch was not averse to marketing himself as a mad genius, which he understood would play an important role in his art. Mostly he was fascinated by Paul Gauguin and the symbolists, whose ideas he would expand on. Gauguin's use of heavy outline, simplified shapes, and solid blocks of colour would influence Munch's style. He would later adopt the bold graphic outlines of Gauguin, Van Gogh, and Henri de Toulouse-Lautrec, whose posters were on the streets of Paris when Munch arrived. The young artist was like a sponge, soaking up painting styles, ideas, and motifs from different artists, sometimes in a more obvious way, and like most artists of this period, he experimented with pointillism. What really interested him about the post-impressionists was their rejection of realism in favour of absolute truth through their own emotional experience and imagination. The unique thing about Munch was how he would take these formal tools and ideas from French painting and then combine them with a northern sensibility, more concerned with melancholy. In 1892, he was invited to Berlin, where these psychological insights would not be welcome. Munch was invited to put on a solo show in Berlin, but the organisers had no first-hand experience of his work. Norwegian paintings of fjords were very fashionable, and they were expecting this. The Germans thought his work was too raw, too brutal, and too unfinished. The show was so controversial that it would be shut down after a week. Munch, however, was delighted with the scandal, as his notoriety ensured he became an overnight sensation in Germany. In Berlin, he was friends with the Swedish writer August Strindberg, and as so often with Munch, it was literature he looked to for inspiration to explain universal human experiences. We can see his work in this period as moving away from painting one image and more towards series of works that can be viewed in literary terms. The masterful series he produced in the 1890s, The Frieze of Life, was intended to be seen as a poem of life, love and death, and it would be his life's major work. The series started with 6, but eventually grew to a total of 22 works. The Scream would be just one of them. The Impressionists had of course worked in series, but more as an observation on light and atmospheric conditions, whereas Munch was working this way to create a total work of art, or in German, a Gesamtkunstwerk. Munch split the works into 4 themes, and when we place them together, as he would have, we can see he was trying to tell a story. Here we have the seeds of love, the passing of love, anxiety, and death. Around this time, Munch started to produce multiple versions of many of his paintings. There was a practical reason behind it. His idea was to keep the frieze of life together and eventually donate them as a whole to a museum in Oslo when he died. So when he sold a painting, he then produced a copy to replace it to avoid breaking up the group. The more popular the painting, the more copies there are in existence. On top of this, he had a pathological hatred of parting with his paintings, which he called "my children." It was as if he couldn't bear to part with his past. On the 22nd of January 1892, Munch wrote in his diary, "I was walking down the road with two friends when the sun set. Suddenly, the sky turned as red as blood. My friends walked on. I stood there quaking with angst, and I felt as though a vast, endless scream passed through nature. What is debatable is whether those screams were real or psychological. The idea of the figure in the landscape and man's relationship to nature is something that Munch draws on from the romantic tradition of the early 19th century. But the scream focuses on the inner psychology of man in relation to nature. A painting he did just a year before the scream is a rather similar image, but with a small crowd of ghostly figures staring out at us. The painting conveys urban alienation, the feeling that you can be all alone in a crowd. And Munch's figure in the scream expresses similar ideas about anxiety and alienation. The disturbing figures are a reoccurring theme for Munch, and he used the same setting to produce other paintings. This painting also has the same red and yellow sky, mountains and fjords in the background, but instead of the skeletal figure staring out at us, there is a self-portrait of Munch. The composition itself is simple. We can divide the painting into the bridge, the fjords and the sky. The main figure is curved and broadens out to blend into the background. The two figures, his friends in the diary entry, are vertical, unlike the main figure. This, with the sharp diagonals of the bridge, anchor us in the real world. The background suggests the world is dissolving into chaos and prefigures abstract painting. The tiny figures are deep in conversation, and despite the chaos, they are oblivious. Munch underlines their emotional distance from the protagonist by placing them at a physical distance, walking away on an absolutely straight road. The painting may look as if it is done quickly, but Munch would go through meticulous preparation. Here we see the development of the lone figure as it goes from the far distance to the foreground. In his diary sketch, the violent red sky develops, and written to the side is his description of that walk with his friends. The self-portrait will give way to the figure we know. Note, in this sketch, one of the two background figures is not yet walking away. If we take the two figures away completely, the scene is not as claustrophobic, and it changes the atmosphere. Every element in the painting is carefully planned. And even after all this planning, Munch made last-minute changes, as we see with this initial sketch on the reverse. This 1893 painting is probably his first version of the screen. It is mixed media, oil, tempera and pastel. This one, also dated 1893, is in pastel.
$7 billion. Hammer. Sold.
The only one in private hands. And this is a later copy from 1910, also tempera. All the paintings are done on unprimed cardboard. Munch often worked with cheap material, first because he couldn't afford canvas, and later because the texture suited his aesthetic. They were often glued onto wooden boards, as we can see here, a treatment no longer used. He would use diluted paint, a technique he picked up from Toulouse-Lautrec, and he deliberately left paintings unfinished as a sort of anti-art statement. He wanted the cardboard to show through the various diluted layers of pastels to allow the process to show. At times, he has violently stabbed on paint with the back of his brush. He never varnished his work, as he liked the matte finish, insisting varnish killed a painting dead. Then he had something which he called the horse cure. This was basically leaving his paintings outside in the garden in all weathers, to fend for themselves. He thought his paintings should have an organic life, and he wanted them to look aged. Here we can see one of the many stains on the painting, where Munch, in this case, spilt some wax on it. All of these add up to a nightmare for conservators.
He said 2 or 3 armed masked men burst into the Munch Museum in Oslo in broad daylight and took the paintings as visitors watched.
One of the ironies about the scream is that when it was recovered after being stolen, it was quickly jumped upon by a small army of conservators. Munch, however, would have preferred they left it damaged as part of its ongoing life. I think it is interesting to look at possible inspiration. Scientists have linked the sky's unnatural colours to volcanic dust from the eruption of Krakatoa in 1883, which generated incredible sunsets in Europe for months after. They have also linked it to a phenomenon known as nacreous cloud formations, common in Norway during winter, which is when Munch painted the Scream. A possible inspiration for the figure is this Peruvian mummy, which Munch certainly saw on display at the Paris World's Fair of 1889. The figure itself is featureless, ungendered, and de-individualized, and perhaps one of the reasons why, despite being a deeply personal painting, it has become a universal symbol of anxiety. It is a blank page into which you can project yourself, and so it becomes about what we, the viewer, bring to it. The figure is looking right at us, which pins us down, locking us into the angst-ridden scene. Barely visible on the painting is a pencil inscription stating, "Could only have been painted by a madman." Infrared images show that it was Munch's handwriting and that it was written after the painting was first exhibited in 1895. Several important critics have questioned Munch's mental health, and it deeply hurt the artist, who had a morbid fear of insanity. We can look at the later added inscription as an angry, ironic comment from Munch. Then there is another inscription by Munch on an earlier lithograph. "I felt a huge scream through nature," confirming that the figure is not screaming at all, but nature around him is. What is interesting is why Munch was in that location in the first place. The setting of the Scream came about after the artist took a scenic walk. As described in his diary, the actual place is called Ekberg, which overlooks Oslo Ford, with a view towards the setting sun during the winter months. But as so often with Munch, his strength is how he departs from reality. He was not here for the scenery, but to visit his younger sister Laura, who had recently been confined to an asylum near this spot. Munch's father had just died, and after a lifetime of abandonment through death and disease, it is not too difficult to imagine the distress that he must have experienced as he left his beloved sister behind. Her screams of terror must have haunted him as he walked away. In a world of extreme and rapid change, combined with a life of desperate anxiety and alienation, Munch, who would have a nervous breakdown in 1908, must have felt overwhelmed, as if his life was unraveling. All of us, in some way, understand the desperate feeling Munch must have had of wanting to block out all of this noise.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is Base 44. This is a first look at the current industry-leading AI app builder, and you wouldn't believe the kind of apps that people are creating. Smart nutrition apps, inventory trackers, onboarding tools, you name it. And if the only thing stopping me from making the app is the idea, why not build an app that gives me endless app ideas? So let's make it. Pro tip, I draft the full app spec in ChatGPT, and then I drop the prompt directly into Base 44. It gives me super detailed structure. And here it is. Everything I laid out in detail as it goes. This is pretty awesome, but I want to make it playful. So I'm going to add a swipe left and swipe right interface. Same usability we all know. Now I'm going to add one more feature. So every idea that I favorite will turn into a kickoff prompt to start building the app itself. And that's it. Just come up with your idea, any idea, and Base 44 will do the rest. So go to Base 44 and create apps with your name on it.
Sabah al-Noor.
Is this boring to you, Evan? Because you can leave because Tyler wanted to play.
I am one sub away from getting 400.
No.
It is.
I'm so
Hashtag
close.
keep yawning is a sign of adrenaline, dude.
I'm so close, chat.
Question.
What happened?
Is
Chat.
yawning a sign of adrenaline?
400 subs.
Yawning can be a sign of adrenaline. While usually linked to tiredness, it
400.
often occurs during
One more
high-stress
sub.
moments or fight or
That's
flight
One more
situations.
sub.
My friend
That's all it
Valerie is
takes.
yawning a lot today. Does that mean he has a lot of adrenaline?
We
It
cook
could
it.
be adrenaline, but fatigue or boredom are much more likely.
Bum bum be-dum, bum.
Okay.
Chipotle.
My parents are here. I'm gonna go talk to them for a bit. I'm still around for the game.
If you wanna join a call, let me know. I'm
You gonna do
literally
talk to them
just
for like an hour and a half.
live streaming playing Minecraft.
I can't play Uno.
Can you talk to your parents for an hour and a half?
I'm not allowed to play Uno. I need footage too, motherfucker.
Yeah, but you also need your parents.
I know I don't.
What do you mean?
What do I need them for?
Dude,
Let's join a call. Alright.
Alright, man.
Yeah.
Just talk to your parents real quick.
Talk to your parents for an hour and a half.
talk to your parents for an hour and a half. And when you come back, you can play games. Just not Uno.
Specifically an hour and a half. Talk to your
Yes,
No.
because that's all
Not
I
gonna do
mentioned
it.
for Uno. Dude, talk to your parents. What if they die?
I'm gonna be back in 10 minutes. I'm gonna be back in 10 minutes.
Dude, what if your parents die in 15?
I'll join you. I'm joining a private server. I'm not joining random people, so.
Hurry up, Uno. Play Uno.
Start game. Let's do it. 2v2. Here we go. Let's go. Me and Evan all the way, baby. Let's do it.
We're
All
not
right.
even on the same team.
You're on my team, you fucking
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I was on the yellow team. Oh. that
Hello.
was-
Hello.
How you been? Good. Lucky I'm getting depressed from the timetable I'm going through. I'm waking up at nighttime till morning and then sleeping at morning and waking up at like afternoon. Losing my shit. Low-key I should, but low-key I should like. I'm a. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might low-key. Oh, I need to hang out with my friend today. Scheiße. We got a lot of things to do. I play Juma. Juma. No. Low key, I'm been winning in life, so I'm giving myself like gratitude of not to suffer, and just be like lazy as shit. Like, no, I'll just like, caffeine helps, and trust me, the cycle, like the cycle will just make me not feel sleepy anymore because of like the way like if when I hit afternoon at 3 p.m. that means I won't feel sleepy. I'm a bit autistic in it, bruv. I'm actually not. I realize I can talk to people. We started doing this thing where we approach like to random people and say hi. Like just talk to them, get to know them. It's the funniest shit ever. Yes. It's so much fun to just do it cold approaches. It's amazing. I started doing it. I was out with my friends shopping. He's like, you know what we're gonna do today? I'm like, oh wait, my coffee's outside. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me grab it. Hello? Oh, okay, go. Sleep doing it. Give me 1 second. Ah. Yeah. Yeah. Hello. Every day I wake up, bro, my thumb. I don't know, but the skin is peeling off from my nail, from the side. So every time I press something, it hurts. It hurts. It's been like this for 2 days. It's healing up, but it isn't because I'm touching it, I'm irritating it. Which I can't really stop, bro. I literally cannot stop. It's like an open wound. Every day I wake up. It's due to the graffiti work I was doing. Something happened where my thumb just gave up on being attached to the nails. So something went wrong. But that graffiti work was genuinely diabolical because I had to work on it at the most hottest time of the day. My dumbass was like, you know, let's do it. My homie just watched me do graffiti and helped me assist me while I was on top of the ladder. Like I was on top of that shit was like tall, like I think like 3 meters, 4 meters. So I had to just like grab a ladder and just keep on graffitiing and then push the ladder to the other side. It was exhausting during the heat. Like when the sun is like right directly above your head. Bro, I prayed Dhuhr in the mosque. I had to like low-key just stay in the mosque for a minute because my head was ginny. Oh, we have like a water ball. Yeah, we had to I had like a water ball, like it's like filled with cold water. So like every time I get off the ladder, I just pick it up, grab like with my palm, grab a palm with like a little bit of water and just like throw it in my shoulder or my neck, because I was just low-key getting cooked. It was not nice, and oh yeah, the best part about all this, I had 2 hours of sleep. So brother don't know I was 2 hours sleep, and we just did it. And then it was crazy when we got the job done. I was like, yo, I'm bouncing. We both bounced off. He went to uni. I just went home, went to sleep, woke up at like Maghrib, and then took a nice shower. I didn't even take a shower. I just went back home and went to sleep. I was like, I'm not bothered to take a shower, bro. My body needs sleep. Took a shower, woke up, and I saw how like tanned my forehead was, and my nose like area, like the skin was very dry. It's because like I got cooked by the sun. So that happened, and I think so, yeah. But it's just this thumb, the stupid thumb, is not healing up because I have to use. Thank God it's my left one. I don't use. How do you touch it when it's your thing to touch? Do you know what I mean? It's a finger, bruv. Do you know what I mean? I put a bandage, but it wasn't helping, low key. Like I wanna tape it to a side where like it's attached to the skin, but it's drying up though. It is. Never mind. It's gonna take a while for it to heal up. Never. Do you know what I mean? It's on the side of my like. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. I don't even want to look at it because it's just genuine disappointment. I'm not even like gored out of it or like disgusted by it. It's just like disgusted by the failure of not healing it up. Ugh. God damn, I'm telling you, the Rothschilds, man. I blame the Rothschilds. I have to blame the Russia, bruv. Ugh. Okay, what I'm gonna do? In 20 minutes I'm gonna pray Fajr, and then I'm gonna work on my paintings, and I'm just relying on someone just to give me 1 sub. Just 1 sub, please. All I want is 1 sub. Please, just one idiot subscribe to my channel. Piece of shh. Please. I already got two. I already got 2 subs. Please give me another one, bruv. Yes. Finally, we hit the goal in like a month and a half. Now I can. Now I can just work on 500 and then I can get 280. I wasn't even. I was. I think I was like. I think it was 208. No, wait. Sorry. Yeah, it was 300 something. But yeah. What I'm saying. Baby steps. Loki, I. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? No, but like, bro, like, I was gonna say something. I want to listen to people's advice, but I don't want to. I don't know why. I just want to, like, on purposely just. Right? Like, even the advice, like, everyone's telling me to stream on Kick. I'm like, nah. I just don't feel like it. It's like, I don't want to do it. Like, why would I do it? Yeah, but fuck Kick. Just out of I'm with YouTube all day, every day. Even though it's just bought by Israel, but like, I don't give a fuck. Just give me my money. Loki, yeah, okay. I was listening to a documentary while live streaming about. There's multiple artists I've been listening to. Like, I mean, not multiple, but like documentaries of artists that with their paintings, the paintings that they've made. Most of them are during wars, so I'm thinking about sampling their work and then putting it into mine. Since because they went through war, or like they saw their country go through a war, or you know, themselves being safe and everything, right? And obviously, just like me in my situation where we see it happen, but we're not getting affected by it. So, in a similar sense, I need to paint something for the war, and I'm very lucky at this age I can do it. They had to do it in the 30s and 40s to see the wars. I am getting to see it when I'm 22. So I can document and paint something about the war, during the war. It might help. It's gonna look amazing. It's gonna be great. I have been thinking about it, so yeah, I want to do it. But I have this self-guilt thing where like I don't want to make it feel like I'm using people's dead bodies as my painting. But low-key, it's just an act of protest. That's all it is. Yeah. I'm not, yeah. It's very hidden. I don't know if you see it. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But okay, so most artists they do it very directly towards it. I don't want to do it very directly. Like I don't want to just draw a Palestinian flag with a child. You know, like that's like very typical. That is not. I don't believe that's art. You know. Yeah, you can say it's painting, but it's not art. You know. So no, I think I should. You know. How you grab persons, like we're all used to Instagram reels of watching a meme and then the second reel being um a violent, yeah. No, it's just an idea. It's just an idea, like. But I think I want to do that in the future, not now. Because if I do it now, I feel like I'm too small. Yeah, I'm still like a very small artist. If I become big, if I want to cause controversy, I'll do it then, not now. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's kind of like over my dead body type of situation, quite literally. Like you die for it. So yeah, I would die for it too. I ain't gonna lie, for my ideology. So yeah, you know, yeah. drop me. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, like musicians or painters. Yeah. But yeah. But I feel like they're yeah. But I honestly am doing like a Pablo Picasso like protest type of painting. You know, I haven't seen that in a while, so I'm thinking I should do something like that. But I want to do it like I need to plan it out. The way the style of the way I paint, I want to establish that first, and then with that style of painting that I have, then express by protesting against war. Who not to? But I feel like the silence speaks louder, right? No, because like oh, that's what it. Yeah. Trust me, because if I gain if I gain followers, I would low key not give a fuck. I would just say whatever the fuck I want. Especially where I am, I can say whatever the fuck I want. They can't do anything about it. Why are they under management? Why are they regulated? Why are you regulated? Yeah, I mean they're exactly. I mean Kanye is an example of like what happens if you do right. I mean now he's just apologizing to the whole Jewish community. The most funny is yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Bum, bum. Yeah. Like Kendrick Lamar. Yeah. They approach differently. Yeah. Yeah. Kanye being Kanye, yeah. But Loki, I don't like anyone that looks up to Kanye. I'm like, bro, like the guy's not it. Especially if you're a Muslim, like you can. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I like his work. Yeah. The only reason I like it is just he's that's it. The rest they can not really like. Yeah. But yeah, I want to be very. Yeah. Oh my god. Like he's a devil. Well, I love Dave Chappelle. I love what he said about. He's like, Dej Khaled is like the only fat Palestinian in the world right now. The blind joke, you know, kids starving to death. Funny ass shit, bro. Funny ass shit. That's how you know Dave Chappelle's like, bro. Dave Chappelle's like fucking stand-up comedy show he had, and the latest one. Oh my god. I would say, look, I was kind of like not into his political type of stand-up comedy, but then this one, oh my god, oh my god. Have you watched it? Tell me you've watched it. You have to watch it. You're gonna love it. Wallah, you're gonna love it, bro. That one, he did not give a fuck. It's very hard. Yeah, it's very shitty. Yeah, I liked his way because okay, I didn't like it, but I liked his way still. Like it was way better than other people's way of approaching the political stuff. But oh my god, the way he did it, the way he did with this one was like okay. The other ones were like more like a podcast, him trying to speak out his opinions. That's it, and made people laugh a little bit here and there. Plus, we haven't seen that guy in a while, so he came back on Netflix again. But this one was so good. This one was so good. You cannot like bro like the way he talked about how he made money in the Middle East and they were trying to say it's blood money, but then he criticized the comedians going after another comedian for being hypocrite. Him talking about the Palestinian situation. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Never in my life I will watch stand-up comedy again, back to back twice. Loki, if you're down, if you're ever gonna watch it, I'm gonna watch it with you again. That shit was just Bro, it's so good. You just message me. I'm free all day, bro. I'm genuinely like goy slopping the shit out of my days, bro. I'm just painting and looking like a homeless man. It's amazing. Like I'm peaking with life right now. I'm letting y'all know, bro. Like, yes, 2 days ago I saw the rocket explode from my eyes, and then going back to eating my dinner. Oh, life is good, man. Life is good. Y'all don't get it, bro. Y'all genuinely don't get it. The amount of shit I'm doing, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Pardon my French, but I'm living it. I'm a gangster. You know what 50 Cent said? A gangster is the one that chooses the way he wants to live his life. And I'm living the way my life is. I don't give a fuck. And Loki never in my what? Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I love seeing my friends see me win. Bro, I want to be like rich as fuck, but then like look homeless as shit. I don't know what David Chow did. I don't know if you know David Chow. He's an artist. Yeah, that guy's my inspiration, Loki. I need to get to it. I was gonna say fuck him, but like, who is he again? Isn't that Shia LaBeouf? Or am I tweaking? Shia LaBeouf be doing some horrible weird stuff. Wait, who's Adam Sandler, bro? I low-key forgot who he is. Oh, he always wears shorts, right? Like shorts right below the knees. Yeah. He always looks homeless. Yeah, I mean, I like it. He's genius. He's like, I'm gonna do his own brand. They gotta be, right? Because, yeah, they have to be. Yeah, that guy. Is he Jewish? Yeah. I can't believe him and Jennifer. What was it? Aniston? Jennifer Aniston? They were like, they've been acting together since like day one, and I've not realized they're just friends, bro. They're not fucking each other. I'm like, what? How? Adam, how? Adam, how? Adam, I would smash that all day, every day. The first time I would meet that woman, I would smash. Why are you not doing that, Adam? Fuck you, Adam. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I get it. Like, you know, like he does what I do. Like we don't look that attractive. Okay, we're friends with every homegirl, but like, damn, bro, I would tap that one. I would. What was her name? Jennifer Aniston, right? The Friends actor. That's her name, right? Bro, I was in love with that woman, bro. I knew I was straight when I saw her. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm mad smashing. Bro, I watched the Nonas, the Nonas, the Nanos, the movie, the Nonas. I think it's Nonas. It's like based on like it's a very famous movie. It's on Netflix. That shit made me cry like a motherfucker. I cried like a bitch. Yesterday. Bro, no, that one scene genuinely like fucking got me, bro. Like, fuck, it got me, shit. Plus I was on caffeine, so I become very emotional when I'm caffeinated. I can cry very easily. If I want to cry, I can do it on demand. It's beautiful. Speaking of which, I can do it right now. Okay, no, I'm kidding. I don't want to do it. I want to cry. Yo, actually, I can. Yo, tears can come out right now. I can do it right now if I want. Should I do it? I won't do it. Alright, I won't do it. I need to do it. Ah, my thumb. I got a potential customer for my paintings. I might get paid, nigga. And they might. Oh, I said the N-word on live stream. Oopsie, guys, I'm not racist. That was a slip. That was a slip. I apologize. I low-key apologize. I just more like I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I feel like Kanye. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, guys. I have black friends. I swear to God. I swear to God. No, I love it, bro. I've done it so many times because I got accused of being. It just like it makes it 10 times funnier. Cause like, nah, that's what racist people say. I'm like, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I like using reverse psychology. Like, I don't give a, you know. Oh yeah, then I do give a fuck. You see, like that's what happened to me actually. I got 2 bans already, and then the third round was like if I get the third one and during this under the 5 month of like duration, my YouTube is gonna get fully banned. So I low-key deleted every live stream I did, because I might have said some racist jokes or something about COVID back then, or I probably said some anti-Semitic Jewish joke that was like genuinely funny ass joke. YouTube back then was so sensitive. It's actually crazy. Yeah, I'm very careful. When I love it, you just wonder. Speaking of that person we were talking about on WhatsApp, I low-key was grabbing attention, that's it. Like, I had nothing to talk about. So I'm like, what do you guys know about me? Oh yeah, this. Is that a narcissistic move? Okay, I need to stop that. Because I actually don't like her. I really don't. Yeah, I just I don't know. Just felt like if anyone mentions, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. It's like a persona, you know? Like, oh, my heart is broken. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you've done it before, but like, I do it all the time. Like, I remember one time this girl thought I talked to a whole lot of hoes, which is true, I do. So as a joking, I was like, oh, are you one of the hoes? And she's like, yes. I'm like, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. But anyways, that was the most funniest shit ever. I hope she's not watching live stream. Hi. Hi if you do. Hello. Still a hoe. I'm kidding. It's a nice compliment gesture, okay? In hip hop. But I remember K got called a bitch by some other friend no, not my friend, sorry, some other friend, no, not even the friend, it was just retarded. And I was like, yo, don't say that shit. Only I can say bitch to my bitch. Right? But it was just funny, like I had to like, I'm not giving full complimentaries, you know. I don't do that, I give 50-50. It was a joke, it was a genuine joke. If she found it offensive, then she can call it out. I'm sorry. But she lives in the Bronx, so she's used to it, no? I know you guys like getting catcalled. Lying as. No one told me that. It's my own assumption. No, I won't never do catcallings, don't get wrong, but like when you get catcalled, you feel like, oh shit, I'm beautiful. You feel validated sometimes. You feel, you guys like being in dangerous zones. You like, and you, as much as you hate it, you like that crazy, you like it. Mm. Okay. I was kidding. I just low-key was doing a rage wave. My bad. I think okay. I think girls like crazy men. They're like rebellion men. I don't know. Really? Usually the hot ones are like that type of shit. Yeah. Daddy issues? Really? Let's go. Yeah. I feel like I have a lot of friends that have daddy issues. Like the girls I'll be friends with a lot are just like they have something wrong with their dad. I don't know why. And then the other, yeah, yeah, yeah. So and the guys I'm friends with, most of them have like mom issues. No, actually, no, that's a lie. That's a lie. But the yeah, God forbid. Not even that, bro. Like I'm like, oh my god, never. You know, it's a red flag when someone says, "Oh, no one ever treated me like this." I'm like, oh no. It's like a check light engines popping off. I mean, it's like every woman does that. That's different. But that's weird though. Who the fuck does that? That's crazy. I know some people are genuinely made for each other. I've seen that happen a whole lot of times, bro. Oh, hold on. I gotta just do this one time. Just one time. Yeah. Just one time. Okay, it was just a one time. Okay, it's just one time. It's my server. It's my server. We were just talking about you. No, nothing. We were not. Nothing. We were not talking about you. I'm just kidding. Why not? Like the fuck? I love it. Graffiti. It's done, but we're gonna do another draft. So that was like our first draft. So let's see, like, fuck off. It's the best work I ever did. Guys, don't say that. That actually hurts my feelings. Don't say that. Yo, look, you guys last time said it. I'm like, wait, actually, no, please, no, like this guy. I'm like, what the fuck? No, don't say that. It's my best work. We just wrote the title in English and Arabic, which they're gonna change the restaurant name. It's just like it was the opening day, and we were so unprepared. We, as in him, he didn't have any time to like approach. His friends were lucky, didn't know what. Oh no, okay, no, wait, actually, wait, no, wait, hold on. You guys got it mixed up. So he bought it from a restaurant. I think that makes sense now. He bought it from the previous owner, and it was like a Mexican food name type of situation. So he bought the restaurant, and we just need to change the name, and like you have to go through a government process or whatever. So it's gonna take a while for that, but they're gonna name it to something else. It's called Al Hatem. Yeah, but I met their dad though. God bless his dad. They're Iraqi. My friend is Iraqi, so I fuck with Iraqis heavy. They have a special place in my heart. Plus, he's my homie. He's like yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Mm. 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 Bro. That's yeah. No, they had a name. Arab food. Oh wait, who? Yeah. Yeah. No one cares about your mom, man. Shush. That. Okay. Okay. It's Arab food like shawarma, grilled chicken. Bro, I tried the shawarma. So I got invited the day we got attacked, by the way. So I saw the rocket hit by me while like as soon as I came in, it said salam. We got a national phone alarm and everything. So bro, I tried the shawarma. Oh my god, bro! And their pasta. They had Alfredo pasta. It's so like I've ate Alfredo. Like I'm a fat fuck, so I've tried all type of like shawarmas and stuff over there. Okay, okay. I got free food first time, but I think I will low key pay for it out of respect. Well, you guys gonna see my? I mean, I'll pay for it. I don't give a fuck. Bro, plus, you know how cool? You know the stadium next to my house. You know where it is? You guys know where it is? You know the stadium right next to my house? That big ass stadium. Yeah, so you saw that stadium all the time, right? So it's like in that area. It's like a little mini night market. There's a bunch of restaurants. His is one of them over there. That's where it is. So it's very close by. So my graffiti work, artwork, bro. It's kind of like low key, guys. Law of attraction works. I'm just gonna say this right now. Law of attraction works. I see it. Anything I'm doing right now in life is just like painting something, painting all the time. All I'm doing is painting, bro. All I'm smiling. I'm telling you guys, all I'm doing is just painting, bro. All like my 80% of my time is just painting now. Like it's obsessively just painting every day, and more. I'm getting more jobs, more work now from that, which is insane. I think I'm gonna go back on Monday to change the name and redesign, paint the walls again to make it proper because we first removed the wraps. Removed the wraps. We're like, wait, painting's gonna take a long time, and we have like 6 hours to create something before they open. Yeah, I mean, we didn't know what we had to do. We thought, okay, let's just clean the wrap up. But when we cleaned the wrap up, it became so ugly. We're like, okay, what the fuck should we do? We were panicking for a minute. And I looked at it and I was like, I haven't done graffiti in like 2 years, but I might do graffiti again. Like, I know how to do graffiti, like write names and shit. Yeah, but it's gonna dry up and shit. But I was like, fuck it, I haven't done graffiti in a while. He paid for the graffiti paint, spray paints. Thank God there was an open store. We bought like white and black and yellow. That was our like three main colors. And I just wrote the name in Arabic, which that was my first time ever to do graffiti in Arabic. And I had to use a ladder and shit. Meanwhile, the sun. This was like during the hottest time, daytime, at that time. So and mind you, I was 2 hours of sleep, logging into this shit. So everything was just like my body was just going through hell while I was on my creative zone. So I had to do graffiti in the heat. I remember like every 10 minutes I'm just like pouring water on my shoulders and my neck because the amount of burns I was getting from the sun. It was the most craziest shit ever. I don't wanna know. Ooh, never mind. I don't care. I will get it for free. like pro modesty now. Is that what's happening, right? Like it's more accepted. I feel like I don't know. Look, I don't know. Don't. I'm not really into fashion, but like I can promote fashion clothing. That's it. Like I'll wear your clothes and promote that shit. That's my shit. Dresses woman dresses modesty. I'll wear that shit. Yeah. Okay. No, but we're all in. Okay, tell me if I'm wrong. Is it basically like you're saying like it's only modest because it's a streetwear? Due to the aesthetics design. You just wanted to make it modest. It's only modest due to its baggy streetwear type of clothing. Right? No? Am I just tweaking? Okay. Go ahead, yeah, should do it. I'll wear it. Yes, I have. Yup. I love this shit. I don't know why, but I'll dress you. Yeah. Bro, man, their shit is just honestly like if I yeah, no, that's the one thing I like about Japanese, man. My motherfuckers don't give a they have this punk type of lifestyle. I love it. I love that punk, but I would live in Japan just for that shit. Just look like a punk. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Mhm. Bro, I need to do this. But you got a high price it then. Yeah. I feel like you need to rely on either like high income customers or collaborative brands, like work with different brands to collaborate. Those are like the most. Oh, okay. Hmm. For a celebrity, for a concert or something. Mm. Album rollout or something like that. Yeah, that makes sense. Or my rollout of paints that I'm about to do. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you're gonna give me a dress like the way Young Thug wore that one dress on his album cover. If you know, you know. That sounded so wrong, but yeah, sure. The first people in fashion were men. Yes, yes, yes. You cannot deny this, please. I know you feminists and all that shit, but you cannot deny that. You No. We created this shit. We created this shit. Some girly clockhead vibe, like, no, we didn't do it. We clockhead, we did it. I'm like, no, you dumb bitch, no. Hamakallah, 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 hamakallah. She's Muslim now. We gotta teach her the Muslim way. Bless you. No, we don't do that shit no more. Yeah. Now you can't even walk properly with the heels. Woman. Okay, okay, let's talk about you. You can't wear heels. Oh, hey, friendly fire. Yeah, I just she called me. She called me. Bro, that Prada tie, I was like, I need to wear that Prada tie, bro. I was so excited. I left that shit in my car. After work, I'm like, switching out the tie. What? To be what? No, bro. I'm so happy wearing that suit. Oh, y'all motherfuckers don't know what made me, bro. That was my own birthday gift to myself. It's wearing that Prada suit. Thank you. On her birthday too, that's fucked up. Yo, remember that post she sent you? When Cherry, the other Cherry, sent you the post about when you go out with your homegirl, but it looks like a date. The shit was funny as hell. Yeah, no, cause I was like, yo, this is what we did last time. I'm like, yo, you guys look like. I'm like, no, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. Look, I love doing this type of shit, and like people assuming the worst of the case of it. I love it. Y'all need to understand. I'm a attention seeking whore. Okay, you guys need to like get this shit through your head. So. Okay, but you know me though. I don't do dates. I don't do that. Yeah, it's fake. I don't like that type of stuff. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That yeah. That is true. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. Somehow it depends on who you are as a person. I think people should understand how you are. Like for example, if I post that type of shit, everybody knows. Like I'm a piece of shit, but I won't be doing this kind of stuff. Like everyone knows that. Like I'm a troll. Like at the best. Like I'm just entertaining y'all and my close friends. You know, that's like my main goal. I'm not trying to do anything else other than that. If it's like if I'm going out with a date with someone, I won't not tell anybody. I would not tell anybody. Nobody will know. It's my private life. Yeah. Mm. I roll. Yeah. 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 I rolls. Yeah. Yeah. People don't like you. I realize this, man. People don't like you personally. They don't fuck with you. I don't know why. Yeah. 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 Him. Her. Bodies. Sorry. No. Yeah. Look, I know. Oh, yeah, I love it. 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 I'm waiting for the day when the aunties start gossiping about me. I'm waiting for that day. I'm waiting, bro. I have 6 aunties. Y'all don't get it, motherfuckers. I got the 6 big families. It's like the Italians like to call it. I got the 6 big aunties, bro. That know us. I'm cooked. I'm cooked. If I'm out with a girl, it's over for me. Yo. Yo. Mashallah. Bro, Loki, look, if it's other than black magic, bro, I don't give a fuck, bro. Like, y'all can talk about me. I don't give a shit. I'm on my motion. I'm on my grind. You mad? You can't get no bitches. I can. Yeah. As a woman, yes. Yeah. 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 Exactly. But I feel it was meant to be. Yeah. Yeah. That's how I like it. But like, I'm not really mentioned. Yeah, I'm not really. Yeah, but yeah, I don't mind. Yeah, I see. Yeah, as a woman, okay, I could totally get it. But as a guy, but I didn't post like low key. I didn't post anything in our close friends, like except that one arm wrestling, which I kind of regret not posting that shit. I did not want to post that. It got everyone talking, man, pieces of shit. I'm low key gonna cook Ziad for doing that shit, bro. Why did you like post that shit? Like I was like, why? And he tagged me, so I had like, Loki had like third, fourth thoughts in my head. Like, I should not do this. I should not post this in my close friends. Because then, well, people thought which like I don't mind, but it's like still, you know what I mean? I don't know. I was trying to hide it the whole time, and then I kind of failed. I don't know. Yes, I'm a hoa. That's what they think. I'm a slut. I'm a slut. Give me a hit. But they always ask me like, which other girl you talking to? I'm like, how do you know? Not you, bro. No, they always ask me, like, my homies will always joke around because they know I'm not afraid of talking to girls. They are. Which they need to locate. They locate need to fix up though. They yeah. Either it's arranged marriage for them, and they ain't getting no woman of their choices. They need to step up the game, bro. love when we did that video. Oh, okay, damn. Oh shit, not. You know, I was gonna say, bro. I remember we made that video. I mean, like, why are you guys not liking my. We'll be young, bro. I was like. Yeah. Yeah. They're like me. They're like me. Yeah, they're like me. Oh no, they're like wait, hold on. They're like K, but like Asian eyes. Wait, what? She's Stop! You're gonna make me blush. You're gonna make me blush. But I realize, yeah. Oh yeah. Like what? What is Palestine? What? We don't recognize that state. Fuck out of here. We don't recognize that. Yeah. I feel like okay. I realize learning from you guys, people talk for sake of talking. So I don't even I don't let that shit get through my head. If it does, then I try to like avoid it. You know, avoid being around that area. So I just don't, you know. If someone says, you know, something about like, or like they just want to talk for sake of talking about your point of view or something, right? And doesn't align with your thing, what you're trying to do. The best thing you do is never mind. Whatever I said, yo, delete that shit. Delete that shit. Yo, whatever I said, delete. Yo, chat. I was about to cook and I got a voice crack. Fuck. Yeah, but that was a terrible voice crack. Wait, hold on. We gotta take a break. But yeah, no, I just low-key just hey, you gotta diverge the energy. You gotta be more motivated, whatever you're trying to do. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Cause well, okay, I'm kind of happy. I'm very satisfied with the life I'm going with. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. I'm so happy right now. Mm-hmm. I have a question. Yeah, I had a wrestler who used to do flight attendant and then he used to wrestle like around the areas wherever he would be. But I have a question. Why do people like enjoying doing that job? Like some people genuinely like their dream job is to be like flight attendant. I'm like, what? Especially women. I don't know why. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Mm-mm. 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 Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Mm-mm. Yeah, yeah. The DJ? Oh, the DJ. Okay. Okay, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's actually sick, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Mm. Yeah. That's actually sick. But I want to travel. It's like right now, I'm not barely traveling anywhere. I'm not even going back to my homeland. So if I do travel, bro, I'm gonna travel like a motherfucker. I'm gonna go all out. But I just gonna get my money right. Plus, I want to do it with a partner. Like right now, as a guy, I'm not really. We don't really. I'm not really. I'm not even really into traveling. The traveling's not like my thing. You know. I don't know why. Okay. Yeah. I want to do it for work, bro. If I want to travel, but I want to travel like work. Oh, I'm going to the city in like next week. Yeah, see y'all motherfuckers. Like I want to do that type of shit and vlog it and stuff. If it's for my work, bro, 100%, bro. 100%. I can't wait. Like, bro, my goal is, bro, I just want to collaborate with artists. So my idea is like, okay, if I want to collaborate, I need to collaborate with paint, designs, all that kind of stuff. And I just want to travel. Like, oh, one day I'm here and the next day I'm there, you know? I want to do that so badly. Such. Inshallah, inshallah, inshallah. Inshallah. Look it. Yeah, go ahead. No, no, go ahead. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 30 seconds. Mm-hmm. You know what I just said. Sabah al khair. It don't matter. Uh-huh. Yeah. 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 Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh hell no. Oh, of course you're in. Of course you're in. Yeah. Yeah, fake ass motherfuckers, bro. I don't know why you like that shit, bro. That genuinely disgusts me. Crazy ass stuff. Yeah, man. The whole North Africa needs to get nuked, bro. Like, I'm waiting for it. I'm so happy. I'm so happy they're all poor countries. I'm so happy. حبيبي احسن والله احسن والله احسن والله احسن. اوكي انت من وين؟ انت فلسطين ها؟ انت اسرائيلي. اسكت يلا. تعب نفسك. Yeah. Yeah, you live in Israel. You live in Israel. You live in Israel. You live in Israel, bro. You're from Gaza, bro. Shush. Get out of here, bro. You're Muslim? Sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. I don't know what to say. Okay, I don't know. Kay is happy for you, of course. She's probably jealous. She's like, oh, can I come with you? Look, you guys should go together. You wanna go to the world? That's after like 8 years, dog. Or 4 years, actually, so. But you should've went for the AFCON. Wait, why didn't you go for the AFCON? Y'all motherfuckers should've went, bro. World Cup. Yeah, the best World Cup was in Qatar, bro. I don't know what y'all gonna be going into, some lame ass tournament, bro. Inshallah. Best believe I'm going to Iraq versus Mexico, bro. Yeah, let's go. Cause Mexico, like, they had to kill the fucking head of the drug cartel. Inshallah. But I'm praying for this World Cup needs to like fail. Like, I'm waiting for it to fail. Sorry, K, but like you do. No, cause you're from Mexico. No, because you're from Mexico and it's happening in America too. Yeah, but like we're not hosting shitty World Cups. You know what I'm saying? We play. We don't want to host. Do not host Pakistan World Cup. Bro, do not host the World Cup anywhere in Pakistan. Yeah, I know. They might do it in Qatar, but like even Qatar is in war, bro. So, bro, it's like. Canada. Wait, I just realized, bro. Guys. I just realized they're hosting in India. They're hosting in India. Cause Canada. Astaghfirullah. Inshallah. لا actually wait والله يا اخي عمر حبيبي انت you know what you too there we go. Ooh, bash okay, are they still talking? That'll be funny if they're still talking. Sorry guys, remove the tapes from your mouth. How are you? Nothing. Welcome to Mexico. Bro, inshallah, both World Cups. Inshallah. Me too, I love. Oy vey. No, bro, I hope, inshallah, the next two World Cups, this one coming and the next one, like, fail. Like, genuinely fail. None of them deserved. That's what I'm saying. Give it to Israel. Israel needs to host World Cup. Food fetish? Yeah. Food fetish. Sound like food fetish. When your homie starts saying some random ass shit, like, no, I can't do that. You didn't get what I said, okay. I see how it is. You know what else no one cares? No, I'm not gonna say. Yeah, you know what else I don't care about? Your country. Fucking hell, man. But I hope Germany loses the first group stage. But I hope Germany. I hope Germany loses in the first round. But I was so happy when Morocco lost. You do. Greek are not even playing. The Greek are not even. Yeah, Greek are not even playing, bro. They're not even playing, dog. You mean Israel's not playing? Sorry, the flags look the same. Bro, I'm supporting Iraq, bro. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, motherfuckers. Let's go. Greece is not playing though, right? I don't think they qualified. Turkey did though. Arda Güler. Bro, I was supporting Turkey in Euros. I was like, Arda Güler, he's my favorite player, he's my favorite. Bro, the memes are so funny, bro. The memes. I don't watch the league, bro, but I just love the memes, bro. I love it, I love it. You cannot beef with them. Like, hell no. It's no, you're out of class, they're bullying you, bro. It's over. They're gonna beat you up in the stadium. He's like, wait, you look so beautiful, wait. You may be Syrian. Did I? Okay, no, never mind, you're ugly. Did the blush go away? That's true. No, bro, the way you said it was just, yeah. Yo. I don't know, wait, hold on, let me just. Mona, speak. Oh, you condemn us? You condemn us? You condemn us? Do you? Oh. Do you? Yeah, I'm too high for this. Too high for this. Are you condemning us, Mona? Is that what's happening? Wait, I can mute you? No, well, by accident I can kick you out, bro. Damn. Wait, what am I clicking on? Server mute, there we go. He's muted. Are you happy now? Oh yeah, sure.